Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's your friend, the Genius Marketer, and I just want to thank you today for joining me on this incredible video that we're about to get into. We're going to be talking about why you should want to become a financially free entrepreneur. We're going to go over some legitimate reasons why anyone should want to become financially free and why you should take this goal seriously. Now, before we get to the actual launch of my product, the Genius Ultimate Marketing Power Pack, which just happens to be a super suite of tools and systems designed specifically to give you everything you need to achieve this goal, we'll just go over this in depth really quickly. Number one, health. It's no secret that good health costs money. I mean, think about all the food that you buy. All the cheap stuff is the food that holds no nutritional value, while on the other side of the spectrum, all the healthy, nutritious food that will definitely do your body good is very expensive. Is it any wonder why there's so many sick people all around you, and why 1 in every 3 people has cancer? Crazy when you think about it. When you do think about it like this, though, it's extremely important to make as much money as you possibly can so that you can always get to eat the purest, healthiest food that money can buy. Not only that, in the event that you do get sick, you have money to be able to afford the best doctors and best medical care. You see, insurance a lot of times isn't so cut and dry, and they won't always cover everything that needs to be financially addressed for you to get whatever necessary procedure you may just have to get. Number 2, take part in politics. If you ever took a minute to look around to see all the things going on in your country or city due to the politicians running the government that you don't necessarily agree with, I'm sure you'll find out that it's a lot. And I'm sure you would probably like to take a strong stance to make your voice heard, however loud it may or may not be. The truth is, and always has been, however, that economics ultimately drives politics. Everybody knows this. The people who have the money ultimately have the ability to write or erase laws off the books. You ever heard of a lobbyist? Right. Now, sure, you can vote at the ballot box, but then I'd have to ask you, how many times have you voted or for whatever bought and paid for politician they put up for you, and you got everything or even most of what you think you voted for from that politician? Exactly. Now, let me assure you, we aren't even talking purely only in a sense of you having money to donate to your political causes and desires. It's even simpler than that. Think about this for a minute. With people struggling in this economy to make it from one day to the next and hustling every which way and living paycheck to paycheck, you really don't even have the energy or time to even care about the things that you know are wrong with the politics of society. In the end, you basically just accept it and take it for being just the way things are. Oh well. Three, best education. Now, we all know that good education isn't cheap. The best schools for us or for our children cost a fair amount of money. The schooling that doesn't cost as much gives you exactly what you pay for. Now, this isn't to say that there haven't been many great citizens in society who didn't have the privilege of attending the best schools, but in the end, I have to believe if you have the option of choosing a great school versus one that isn't, then I think it's fairly obvious which option you will pick 9 times out of 10. 4, you have the time to raise your children, provide for your family. With the economy being the way it is, parents don't have the luxury of staying home to raise their kids and be the necessary influences they need in their lives. You see, parents are finding their children being raised by everybody other than themselves, such as the daycare, the school system, and the TV. This is a major contributing reason why a lot of the youth today are growing up under degenerate circumstances and are joining gangs, have no respect for their elders, having communion with the legal system from an early age, and the like. Economics, or lack thereof, is a driving force in parents not being there to raise their kids the way they want to. This right here should be a main driving reason why anyone should want to be financially free. 5. Stress. Lack of finances is a major reason in many adults' lives for stress. Stress is definitely in the top 5 of causes that kill the most people year after year. Think about it. You can't buy the things that you want to buy or need, the food that you want, and the bills are always coming due. Now, if you have a significant other and both of you live under the same roof where money is always the major issue, you can be sure there's an argument about it around every corner. This is an environment that is fun for nobody. Now, if this isn't a powerful motivator to create a financially free lifestyle, I don't know what is. Number 6, you have the power to help those less fortunate than you. Now, I'm sure there are many causes and people out there I'm sure you want to help. You see, a wise man once said, "How can I help the poor if I'm one of them?" So I got rich and I gave back, and to me, that's a win-win. You see, it's ultimately hard to be philanthropic, to give your support if you are not in a financial position to do so. If your desire is to give back to those who are less fortunate, it is necessary to increase your financial standing and strive to create wealth for yourself. Another wise man also said, "Rich, it's what you make. Wealth is what you can give away." Seven, you pay the least amount of taxes compared to everybody else. It's no secret that the tax laws are always in favor of the haves versus the have-nots. In other words, it's widely reported that the tax systems are even upside down. I mean, with the poor paying more and the rich paying less. In the United States, overall, the poorest 20% of Americans paid an average of 10.9% of their income in state and local taxes, and the middle 20% of Americans paid 9.4%. The top 1%, meanwhile, they paid only 5.4% of their income to state and local taxes. That's a huge difference. With this being the case, it would make sense to try to get as high up the societal financial scale as possible so that you can pay the least in taxes and keep the most of your hard-earned money. Number 8, bills become no big deal. Imagine not worrying about if your electric, gas, cable, car, house, water, etc. bills are being paid. Just imagine having a separate bank account specifically to only handle bills. When you're financially free, bills become the last worry on your mind because, quite simply, they're always taken care of, especially when you can hire an accountant to handle that for you. That just leaves your mind free to focus on everything else that's important to you in life. And that creates a beautiful peace of mind. Number 9, no more being a victim of seasonal weather. Let's say you live in one of the geographic locations where it gets brutally cold and you get a lot of snow in the winter season, making for a miserable and incredibly uncomfortable winter existence. Wouldn't it be great if you could just pick up and go to a warm place near the equator where it's not so frigid and live comfortably in the winter as if it were spring all year round? Having your finances set from your business allows you the wonderful freedom to do just this. Number 10, have your money work for you. When you're financially free from your business activities, you get the ability to start thinking about how to make money work for you instead of you working for it. You are no longer trading your time for dollars, and this is an incredible goal. You can put your money into investments and have your money grow while you just sit back and just watch the returns come in. I don't think it really gets much better than that. Number 11, you get to live life on your terms. I mean, who doesn't want to wake up whenever the hell they choose and go on about their day however they choose it? If anybody gets the opportunity to step away from morning and evening rush hour commutes to an office filled with coworkers whom they may not necessarily like, that, I think, is something worth striving for indeed. You become the owner of your own destiny, and you go where you want to go when you want to go there. There are no restrictions, and the world truly becomes your oyster. Number 12, strengthen old relationships when having more time freedom. As an adult, you have to admit that you probably don't get to spend as much time with your old friends as you used to. That's not because you just got older. It's because you got older and then got hit with responsibilities and bills that need your constant attention, along with you having to work to create a means of income to counteract all of these financial obligations. What this does is simply suck time away from you, and you never have any time to spend with your friends and loved ones. Financial freedom that you get from your business allows you to get all that time back and rebuild the valuable and cherished bonds that you once shared with your close friends and loved ones. Ladies and gentlemen, that pretty much sums up everything I have to say as far as the reasoning why you should strive to become financially free. In the next video, we'll discuss the routes to wealth creation that most people out there typically pursue. Stay tuned. I'm sure you won't want to miss it.